Hello YouTube, this is my coming out story. Yeah. So years ago, right? I was still very young at the time. I don't remember. It was like 7-ish years ago, and I remember I started getting a crush on my best friend at the time. He was like a guy, and I was like, what is this feeling? What is this? What is this feeling? And I was like, oh dang, I like this guy. And then I started feeling sad and insecure about it. Then I went on the internet and I found out what gay was and like bisexual was, and I discovered all of that. And I was like, oh dang, okay, so I'm bi or pan, I don't know. And I was very confused. Little sad Yatsu was confused. And then I was like, I told some of my friends, one of my friends that was a girl. I was like, I really like this guy. I really like my friend. And then she was like, that's a sin, right? And it was exactly like that. It was exactly like that. And I was like, but is it really that bad? Is it really that bad to like someone that I like? Can you really call emotions itself a sin? And that was my argument at that point. And then I had a falling out with that friend. It was really sad. And I was unsure what to do at that point. I went afterwards to get some little snacks, and I was hanging out with the guy that I liked at the time, and I was really flustered, and I bought him a lot of snacks too because I was like, let me buy him a lot of snacks. I want him to get the hint, and let me tell this, I did. The guy did not take a hint at all. He did not take a hint. He did not take a hint, and I tried a hint so much and so bad, but it didn't work. And I like kind of gave up at some point, and I was like, I wrote a letter, a little note, left it in his locker. He did not like me at the end of the day. I confess, got rejected. And I remember coming home really sad. I came home, I was sad. I looked at my mom, and I dropped on the carpet and I started crying my eyes out, and I was like, and I remember the conversation. I was like, I really like this guy. Is it wrong of me to like this guy? And I remember crying so much. And then my mom, knowing that like since we were religious at the time, my mom was like hugged me, and I remember crying so much. And then I was told that it was okay. I was not expecting to be like, yeah, your feelings are okay. And then ever since then, I have not been particularly super religious. I am not a religious individual. But I remember crying so much, and I was so confused at that point. And that is how I came out. I came out right after being rejected. I came out after being rejected. And that is my coming out story. Any questions for me that you guys would like to ask? I had a lot of falling out with a lot of friends after that, but hey, it happens in life sometimes. You can't like hope for everyone to accept you. It's the sad and honest truth that you guys need to understand. It's sad. There's still a lot of issues related to this kind of thing, but hey. But yeah, that was my story. Any questions now that we're at the end of the little story time? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Questions? No questions? Come on. Ayatsu waits. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I guess there's no questions. One likes the story. Can't think of a question. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I think we're gonna leave the story here. But yeah, young me was very troubled when it came to emotional stuff. That's the thing about growing up religious. I found out I was bi as soon as I figured out that I liked my best friend. As soon as I figured out as soon as I figured out that I liked the guy, you know, I figured out that I was bi because I did some online research, being like, because I also like girls. I liked girls too, but that was the first time I had a crush on a guy. The first time I ever liked a guy, and I cried. I saw like a little baby. I think it was the most I cried in years too. I remember afterwards because I cried so much that there was red dots on my eyes. I remember like a lot of blood vessels blew on my eyes, and there was like lines and veins appearing on my eyes because how hard I cried. I don't know if you ever seen someone cry so much that little red dots and veins appear on their face. That is what happened to me because of like I was so scared of being bisexual. I was literally terrified. I was terrified of the thought of it. I was really scared of it. I was borderline so scared that I cried so much. And it was also the first time I actually cried in front of my parents. The first time too. Unless the times that I cried when I was a baby. Because I was like, men cannot cry. Men cannot cry. And then ever since that day, I discovered that that was a part of me. I just kind of, became more comfortable with being myself. Even if that meant that I'm a bit of a crybaby nowadays. And, everything else. The story was nice, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Yes.